Folks, and welcome back to Roller Coaster Tycoon. We are here in our challenge parks in Wacky Worlds, and this one is called Over the Edge. A dam has been built and offering abundant, cheap hydroelectric power with which to run the park. You need to achieve a high park value and help repay the loan for the dam. Doesn't really sound like we're getting a lot out of this deal, to be quite honest. They're giving us cheap power, but we have to build a park worth $225,000 by October year 4. Let's jump in and see what we got. All right. Oh, there's the waterfall. Okay. I don't see. I guess that's the dam. It looks more waterfall-esque. What land do we have? All right. So we can't buy or do anything. It looks like it goes along there. Goes along there. And then where does it go? Okay. So it stays under the water. Okay. So we actually don't have most of this park available to us, which is interesting. Kind of a cool map. Again, don't care for the trees, but I'm not going to get into that. Let's take a look at the rides and see what we got. Chairlift and elevator both kind of suck. Oh, awful selection there. Okay, so we got a wooden coaster, spiral, not a fan. Stand-up coaster, fine. Suspended, not a fan. SLC or compact inverted coaster, that's fine because we can run that as a boomerang. Then a flying coaster. Okay, so that's a decent selection. Thrill rides, not the best. Water rides, essentially non-existent because there's only this little spot that we can really run them in without costing ourselves a lot of money. And at least we have a good selection of that stuff. We have Cash Machine. Is it a free entry? No. Poopy pants. All right, let's figure this out here. Get this set up. We're going to do that maximum. No, we don't need any of that stuff. I just want general and thrill rides for now because we have plenty to go on beyond that. All right. So what is our park value as it stands right now? Oh, 0. So we need to legitimately just build this up from nothing. Okay, that's fine. We'll figure it out and get it going here. Let's start off with the most basic of rides that we can possibly conjure here, which is a crooked house. Get that going. Let's go with, I don't know, that sounds reasonable to me. All right. So we got that going there. Yay. Put that on there. Okay, nothing big deal with that. Let's get that bad boy in place. Let's open the park as well. Even though it's most definitely not worth $10 to get into the park right now, but gotta do something. All right, so we got that. Let's go ahead and add in a bathroom. We'll add in a little cashy cash. And then we'll add in, nah, I don't want that one. We don't have any good food options. All right, fries, I guess, is going to be what we do here. $4 for that sounds fine. And I'm just going to increase prices a bit because I need to generate a lot of cash in this park to be able to do anything worthwhile. So we have that. Cool. Let's go in here. I'm going to put in another simple little flat ride. And I'm bunching stuff up right now. I'm assuming that because we don't have a lot of land, that we are going to have to really kind of make sure that we have some density as far as our rides and attractions go. So I'm going to try to fill every available spot with something. If that something's good or bad, I can't answer that. But there's going to be something in all these spots, and we'll figure out exactly what that means as we move forward here. Get hats in there. We already got our first guest. Fantastic. Make sure we make some cash at all of these spots. There we go. All right. Now, there's a huge area over here, and I'd really like to put a coaster in. I'm not feeling making my own coaster right now. I kind of really love wood chip. Like, it is the most perfect of coasters in this game. Can I not remove? Okay, I can remove those. It just doesn't want me to do it for some reason. All right. Let me go in here and just wipe out some of all of this stuff. All right, I'm burning a lot of cash, and that's fine. But what I really, truly hate is this tree is most clearly on my land, and I can't do anything about it. How about this one? Can I at least get rid of that? No, that's on my land. That drives me crazy. All right. Let's see. I spent way too much money on that. All right, so we're gonna have to go with the SLC boomerang style coaster here, just to recoup some of the money that I just spent. But that's okay. We can weather that storm pretty easily here. Up, half loop. There we go. Yeah, baby. Nope, not that. There we go. Left. On right photo. Left again. Halfy loop. There we go. Boom. Loop that baby up. I want to go to the right. There we are. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And how many cars do we have here? 7. Can I get 9 or no? Or 8? I can do 8. Okay. I know it sounds dumb, but little things like adding more cars really do help the overall park operate better. Ooh, went too high there. Okay. There we go. That's better. But if you can swing it and have the space, do that little extra bit. All right, so we're going to call it Sidewinder. It's going to be black and white and silver with black and yellow trains. It's going to be reversed. All of the fun. We'll test it, make sure it does its thing. 5 buckaroonies. There we go. All right, and then we got yellow. Boom, 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 boom. Oops. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. All right. That all looks well and good. Is there anything that we're missing shop-wise that we could put in that makes sense for us? And I should also take a quick look at finances. We added $10,000 of park value. Oh boy, this might be a longer one here. We'll see what happens here as we move through everything. But there we are. We got all of that, and let's just do some basic advertising for the park. We do it for 4 weeks. It's going to use the rest of our budget, but it should help us out. And I forget the exact formula that allows you to easily, because you can do some math and figure out, okay, I have these number of rides and this number of coasters, and I can figure out the starting price for all this stuff really easily, but I don't remember what that is. $50 is the lowest, $40. $40. All right, so $40 looks like it's going to be the low end of what people are coming to this park with, which is fine. That's not a big deal. Increase that to 15, because why not? Monorail cycle, that doesn't help us at all, but whatever, we'll figure it all out. There's just a distinct lack of good rides to start with here. My goodness. That's brutal. All right, we're just going to speed the game up here a little bit. I know we only have 4 years, but I want to just burn some time here real fast and figure out. See, now we're up to $40,000. That's what we're talking about. All right, and the other thing I'm going to do is pause this real fast and just see how much of a loan we can possibly take out. Oh my, we can take out 40K. That's lovely. I love every bit about that. All right, so I'm going to take out $7,000 loan. Do we have to fully repay off the loan? No, we just have to achieve park value. Cool. Okay. I'm a bad person because I'm going to game the system a little bit to try to easily win this, or should I say more quickly win this than what it would normally be otherwise, but yeah. There we go. Okay. I like where that's at. I just need to do a little bit of work here. So is it operating in continuous block? Okay. And then right here, you can delete that spot and put on an on-ride photo section. And now you've just increased the income of your ride without doing any additional work. All right, so we're going to test that out. And these are... I actually don't mind the mine one. Like, it doesn't work with this coaster at all. Like, it looks dumb. But I don't mind that. It's like one of the few things in the game that they've changed that I just don't actually care all that much about. But we'll do something along those lines there. Now we need to actually make a real line for this ride because what we have existing currently is not enough. Have it come in. Boop a doop. Come on. Come on, game. I know you want to. Just let me win. All right. right, what do we got here? Minute and 15, so that's 75, 40-ish, or no, less than 40. My goodness. But like, was it 37 and a half? So we'll make maximum wait time 32 when I can type the 3. And minimum wait time is nuts. Needs to be down a little bit more. So that's going to be 22 is too low. We need to make that a little faster or a little longer, like 40 or 27, excuse me. All right, we got our price baked in. We got all of that. Let's open this up. And then we'll throw in another one of those. We'll throw in a little bathroom action over here. Oops, need more money. Let's get that going. And I don't want to build those. I got to see what we have to actually do something with here. Got a thrill ride coming our way. Hopefully it's going to be a drop tower of some type. That'd be quite lovely. But we have 270 guests in our park with very few rides or anything really exciting at all. Our park is now a $24 park. And it doesn't look like anybody's upset about it. So we're going to keep it at that. We'll get some lemonade in over here. Put my charger for drinks at the other spot here. So $4 or $5? $3. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. I don't want to be too cruel. Just want to be a little cruel. And then we get ice cream too. And that could be $3. Nope. $3, not $20. All right. So that looks all well and good. I should also probably throw on a first... Yeah, I don't have first aid stand. Never mind. I was going to throw on a first aid stand, but because we don't have them, we don't need to worry about it. Take a look at your cash flow. We're at $90,000 already, so we're a little over a third of the way there without really having to do too much. We got to launch free fall. Heck yes. Speed this game up, baby. Because we're going to take out advertising. This guy's already done its line, cash-wise. It's already made us money. This bad boy. After this run or the next one is going to make us money. We got an award. What was it for? Tidiest park in the country. That's right, baby. We don't mess around here. All right, so we're starting at 85. So we're going to 185. Boop. Launch zone is where we're at. And then we need to obviously set it up. And if we remember from last time, I think 47 is where we want to live. It's going to be white. We'll do a blue. We'll test it. Make sure it's functioning. Yeah, there we go. All right, and that's going to open up now. And we're going to put another stall of some type in there. Souvenir stall sounds reasonable. And there we go. All right. We have $1,200, which means we can advertise for a particular ride in the park for, what, 6 weeks? Heck yeah. We're going to do wood chip. We're going to get people back there using that ride. And really, they are our main source of income is people coming into the park. So we need to just make sure we keep adjusting the entry tickets, but also keep advertising so that we have more people coming in. And what I'm probably going to do here, even though it's not necessary in the slightest, is I'll go in here. I just want to make this more of a loop, because if you've watched any of my Roller Coaster Tycoon videos, you know I love a good loop when it comes to how parks are laid out. I just like being able to access things easily, quickly, and without delay. And that's where we're looking at for this. So we'll lay out all of the things we need. Coffee and cookies. Heck yeah, that sounds good, right? Throw on an info kiosk over here and a bathroom. Oh yeah, that. And we should be increasing the excitement on this ride too while we do that, which is just a fun little side benefit. All right, finance-wise, if we take a look here, our park value is now officially or more than half of what we need it to be. So we're in the right direction. We haven't had to take out any more loan after we put this in place. Let's see if this thing's made us money. Oh, it has $54, and this bad boy, $24. So there we go. Take a look at the capacities. This is at $12.50 an hour. This one's at 16, almost 1,700 an hour. So yeah, it makes sense that this one's going to have a higher overall take home because it has just better capacity. All right. So we're here in May of year 1. We have an observation tower coming our way, which is solid. I'm going to turn on... Do I want to turn on coasters yet? I don't think I want to turn on coasters yet. Do we have a inexpensive coaster that I can build that I like building? Spiral coaster, no. Stand-up coaster can be inexpensive. Okay. We're just going to we're going to go here just a little bit and see if we can generate some more cash and, you know, just kind of exist a little longer here. And I'm going to just slowly start paying back a loan while we're doing all that fun stuff. And now that we have the observation tower, ooh, it's a double-decker one. I really like the double-decker ones. I don't know why, but I think they're super cool. All right, now it's going to be a big old tower. Because I wanted to, like, overlook the dam, or it's really just a waterfall. All right, we got that. Bam, bam, okay. I'm going to pause the game and then slow it down here. But let's take a look. Wait for a full load. All that's good stuff. Yay us. Sure. And then obviously we need to have a blue line if we have. There we go. And I know it's like Roller Coaster Tycoon etiquette, but you always try to put a thrill ride, a coaster, and a general ride all near each other. It helps just moderate people and helps get them to the more expensive or higher thrill rides in general. It doesn't always work that way, but it's decent advice for whatever we're doing here. All right, so weekly profit, it's looking good. Park value continues to go up. Our cash less loan, yeah, that's where we took out a loan. Boom. Right there is where we took out the loan, but that's okay. We don't necessarily need that money right now. We're going to hire some more of you guys. And we'll hire our first round of security guards as well. Because we already have 570 people in this park for some unknown reason. We are rocking it when it comes to that. 3D cinema? Heck yeah. Heck yes. That's what we're looking for. Because this pathway is going to continue down. I think we're going to build a coaster somewhere down here as well. Probably a flying coaster, or I'd really like a steel looping coaster or something just simple. I might turn on coasters as well, even though I know I'm going to get flooded. And I'll turn on water rides as well, because a log flume would be lovely, a splash boats would be lovely. Just big capacity rides that we can throw photos on that we can make easy money with. Especially as this is a park that only has, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rides. And almost 600 people in it, so there's 100 people per ride. That sounds like a not a good equation to me, so we may need to fix that a little bit more down the road here, but we'll figure all that out in due time. All right, we got our cinema, so we're going to throw that bad boy in now, and I think I might put that over here. To be another spot where we have some stuff. Okay, so I like that location for it. I don't care about the colors on this one. I can never get cinemas to be the color I want them to be. They always have this weird, I don't know, just the outer shell and the inner shell, the colors just don't work the way I want them to. I'm going to do that now. Do that and that. Sure, it doesn't matter, right? Like, it's not a big deal, but we just need to know what's what. All right, and then, nope. There we go. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. There we are. Got that. Yay us. Finance-wise, let's take a look here real fast. 163, heck yeah. And then our advertising campaign just ended, so we're gonna have to raise some money to advertise for more stuff again here. So we have enough for 2 weeks. We got 3 weeks. I want to get 4 weeks. Once we get like solid $800. Oh, we got that. Let's see if we can go 6 weeks. 1,200. There we go. Perfect. So we'll just keep taking those out because we keep making money on them. So why not? And we're going to need another coaster here real soon. Virginia Reel? Heck yes. Texas Tubs, baby. That's what we're looking at. If you've ever watched my videos, I have a deep love of this ride. So Texas Tubs, there it is. It's cheap. It works really well. It makes your guests so sick. But it's totally worth it because it's just such an inexpensive quality ride that you can just dump in any park. Look at this. It's going to cost us under $3,000, almost under $2,000. It's $2,400. I can dump this in there, and I have a totally functioning roller coaster that my guest will love. So I'm going to put that in. We're going to raise our capital back up here. We've only spent as much as, what, $7,000 on the loan? So we're still below for that. We can test this bad boy out. Leave all that. Yay us. Now, this one's not going to be a like a runaway hit as far as cash and all that stuff goes, but it doesn't need to be. We just need something that does the job we need to do, and that is just to make us a basic income. All right, that already has its thing. Yay us. Got all that handled. And if we get a ride, like if we get a spiral slide or something, I'll just shift this up one and I can put it in right there and it'll be quite lovely. But it looks like we're going to get a flood of coasters here. That's what I'm anticipating anyway. So that, we'll put white on there. No, that looks too Christmassy. There we go. That's better. And I want a dirtier one. The Bordeaux red looks better. Yeah, see? It toughs them up a little bit. It makes them look a little... Do we have mine stuff here? No. But I can just say, hey guys, you know what? You don't need to be there. Nobody needs to be in that spot. All right, let's see here. So I'm gonna put lemonade over here, because why not? And sunglass stalls down there. Let's put a cotton candy stall in here as well. There we go. Okay. Finance-wise, let's take a look. We're at 164, but it has not counted in our new coaster, so that should jump up. Yeah, see how it's going up? And now it's going back down and back up. Mini suspended coaster, not something I was looking for, but that's okay. I might turn off coasters again and just focus on... Oh, we're out of thrill rides too. That's a bummer. So we only have 4 thrill rides in this entire scenario. That kind of sucks. All right. But we'll figure all the problems we have to do out here in a second. We have 2 of like the most sickening rides. We'll get space rings and we can put them in right over here. And this is the throw up area of the park. Open that up. And then I also need to just say, hey guys, you know what? You do not need to be there. But we can do jumping fountains if you want. That's always fun. When we have money, we're negative in the cash flow department right now. There we go. Not a big area of them, but just a little bit, just for funsies. All right, let's see what our people are talking about, what they're thinking. Most of them already have park map. Not too many. It's too crowded here. 11 people. That's not that bad. I'm not paying that much for an on-ride photo. From Sidewinder. Okay. But it has made some money for us. this one have any similar things? Been queuing for ages. What's the wait time? 7 minutes. That's not bad. I mean, I know like Roller Coaster Tycoon game time, that's awful. Because like 7 minutes is basically like a whole, whatchamacallit, like month of game time. But I don't care about that. All right, so we have an entertainer there now. That should help. Hopefully nobody's mad. And then we just need to make some more money. We've only had 3 down months. Everything else has been up. Nothing's been crazy up. Like the 1500 was our highest up month, whereas 9,000 was our highest down month. So yeah, we need to do some more work when it comes to that, but that's okay. We also have not adjusted our entry price at all. We've added on quite a bit, so we're going to make it more like $36. And we'll go with that. ATM has been used already, so we'll find another place to put some more in. Probably one back here. A log flume, there we go. See? Simple cash things. Nope, not that. Simple rides that don't cost a lot of money, that can print a lot of money for you. And that's what I really want. So we're going to go in and build a nice, simple log flume ride. So it'll look like that. Boop, 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 boop. Splash, splash, splash. Turn. Reverser section. Cool. Turn again. Boom. Nope. There. Nope. Oh, I just don't have the money. I thought I was running into something. Okay. All right, we'll drop that down. Maybe throw a nice little on-ride photo section on there because that's what we're doing. Actually, I'm not going to throw an on-ride photo there. We'll do reverser once we get the cash for said reverser. We'll drop it all the way down. On-ride photo, cool. And then we just got to reverse this bad boy out. There we go. Again, I'm not trying to make a beautifully themed ride or anything like that. I'm just trying to win the scenario, being that it's my first time through there and I don't really have any suggestions or hints on the best ways to play this one. Like some of them I could tell you, like do this, do that, and you'll win. This one, I have no designs on the best way to play it at all. But in general, I do have some general ideas of what makes a good amusement park ride, and 3 drops on a log flume, 2 of which are significant, or at least one significant one, should be fine. The only thing I'm concerned about this one is this is a long drop and not a huge cooldown area. I may have to pull this out farther to accommodate that, but if we need to, that's an easy thing to solve. So we'll take a look at boat 1. We need to slow down to 4 right around this area, and I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, that did not happen. But I think it'll still be okay for what it's here for. Again, this one slows down to 1, 2, 3, 4 right at the turn. Okay, so they're going to be pushing through this turn. As long as they're spaced out all right, we should be okay. First boat there did fine. Like I'll bring up the second one here. It slows down to 4 well ahead of time. Yeah, like that. It's also not as big of a drop as the first one. And then we flip it around there, and this guy goes down. Slash, slash. Yay, us. Okay. That should be just fine. Not super worried about that. Let's see, what do we got? 1 minute and 56 seconds. So, 116 divided by 16 is not going to be a nice number. But let me get the calculator out here. 7.25. It's actually not as ugly a number as I thought it would be. All right, so 7 seconds is the absolute max. We'll do 4 as the min, and now that can open up. And we got a car ride next. Heck yeah. Again, not a giant capacity ride, but just something that you can easily get sunk into and build something that's reasonably fun and attractive to people without costing a ton of money, which is basically the name of the game for us right now. Let's build something that doesn't cost us a ton of money, but people like. So the car ride, if I'm hoping, I want to build it over here. We'll have it come out, go over here, back here, and then it can come back into the station. And if I play my cards right, I should only have to raise it up one spot and have it be able to clear all this stuff. So that's the hope here, is that we get this part set up. So boom, boom. Okay, that part's easy. That needs to come up and straighten out. Fantastic. We'll do all of that. It's going to come out this way and loop around. We even put it through a spinning tunnel randomly for no reason at all. It's going to come through there. We'll bring it down that one spot. Yay us. Got that. Bam. Bam. Bam, bam. Oh, yeah. Like a glove. It's like I meant to do all that. Oh, the only thing I don't like is it's pickup trucks, which means we don't only have one passenger per vehicle. But it's not the worst. I do strongly dislike the colors that are chosen there, so I'm going to paint all of that stuff. Do I like that, or do I want it to be a brownish color? I think that's better. And both of these should be that color, because pickup trucks, at least when I look at most pickup trucks, don't have multicolored sections. They just kind of do their thing. All right, so we'll get those all out of here. Let's see, it's 1 minute and 11 seconds. So 71 and what was it, 15? 71 divided by 15 is 4.7. So the maximum is going to be 4. The minimum is going to be 3. We can open it up, and I already know what you're going to do, game. You're going to yell at me because I don't have a line yet. Don't worry. I will get set line. Just give me a hot second. There we go. Not a long line, but something easy, doable. And we're at 195. That should bump us up to closer to 200. I know it just went to not 193, but it lags a little bit. Got a Ferris wheel coming our way. Heck yeah, I'm going to turn coasters back on. And then we're going to need a ride that people want to go on real bad. So this is great. 100% love it. Medium excitement. It's not really even ranging on high, but everybody loves it. Low intensity, low nausea. And how much has it made us? $227. Capacity that blows this thing away. This has made us 1,000 and 1,100 or 1,200. But you can see the capacity. Oh, okay. Doesn't blow it away as much as I thought. And then this one here has made us half of what wood chip has. And it also has, not quite half, but not far off of that. Okay. So the next thing I'm trying to decide, do I bring this down around the backside here and then loop that in with that? Or do I build this out and we put some type of fun coaster in this little area here? I don't actually have the answer to that question, because I kind of want to do both, and that's not an answer to the question. That's just something I want to do. So we're going to take a look and see what we have. We know we have the Ferris wheel coming, which will fit in really nicely right over here. All right, so regardless of what we do, we have to have a path coming down this way. Like, it doesn't matter where we're going. Like, even if we want to build a coaster, there needs to be a path going to that coaster. So put that into place. What did we just get? Was that the Ferris wheel? Okay. Got that. All right, I'm going to slow the game down here again. Drop that. And we're going to drop this one. Once I have the money. Oh, I already have the money. I just hit the wrong button. All right. And then we can go up here. This guy can dump into that. And then we can hopefully... Let me connect them. Let me do it. Come on. Give me $12. Come on. There we go. Okay. So we did do the loop. And if we're honestly, if we're struggling for funding for a pathway that connects two parts of the park, coaster's probably not in the cards right now. So we're going to hold off on that front just for a little bit longer. Not for any other reason than that I don't want to take out a loan to fix basic problems like that, because loans are dumb when it comes to that stuff. All right, so we're going to do that instead. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to slow the game back. Or no, I'm going to do a loan here. See, this is the problem I have when I play video games, is that I know logically what I'm supposed to do and how I should do it and why I should do what I'm doing. But the emotional side of me just wants to do fun things. And especially with Roller Coaster Tycoon, I truly love this game. It is a highlight of my week when I get to spend some time and talking to you fine folks and getting to play this game. It just makes the rest of the world melt away for just a little while. So I respond emotionally to a lot of the game because it's just how I'm built and what I feel like I need at that given time. So I am deeply enjoying coming through and getting to play this. I thank you all for watching, of course. But I'd be doing this even if you weren't watching, because this is the escape that I need from the world for just a little while. And I hope you can understand that. But yeah, the world's hasn't been a super fun place the last little while here, and it's very nice to just get to hang out with you fine folks and talk foolishness about Roller Coaster Tycoon and get to play games that have made me happy for the vast majority of my life. So I'm enjoying it, and thank you as always here for joining me. Not that we've won yet, because I know that's like my thing I say at the end, but thank you for being with me here as we enjoy some gameage together and hopefully have a good time here. Taking a look, we're almost 1,000 deep in the park, which is quite nice. I do want to add some new hat stalls somewhere, because the yellow hat stall is killing it, but it's all the way back there. We need another one that's going to kind of balance the power out. So I'll put this guy over here when we are, have money in our bank account instead of negative money. And that's going to be a blue hat. There we go. And that money we borrowed has already been repaid. As far as our cash goes, we're over $200,000 now, so that's nice. Taking a look at what we have, we got an inverted impulse coaster. Awesome. The only thing I hate about the inverted impulse coaster, there's no on-ride photo, and that sucks. But what's cool about it is, like, I could put it right here and have it run, and it would be fine. Like, there'd be absolute zero problem. And that's what I might do. But I am going to have to raise it up if I do that. So if I put that in here, it's going to have to get raised up, because I can't have it just be direct onboard stuff. It needs to go. And I don't know. Yeah, see, we're going to run into that problem. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of a loan out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go back in here. What do we got? 6. Now we need more. We need all the capacity if possible. 7. If I delete one, is it still going to give me 7 is the question. Yes, it will. Come on, give me my last $284. There we go. All right, we got that. Cool. Bam, bam. I have no idea what speed's going to be necessary for that. We'll try that. I'm going to pause, test, train 1, and we watch train 1 and make sure it doesn't say crashing. Oh, that's not bad. How many circuits did we do? No, it needs to do more than that. We'll take a look at the excitement rating here and see. Okay, we don't need to do any more than that. 17-second ride time is perfect. We're just going to call that impulse. I'm feeling Wicked Twister vibes right now, so we're gonna go with yellow and white. And obviously we have to have yellow supports. Let's go with like an orange kind of train. Yeah, that should work. All right, and then we're negative money, so we gotta wait for some cash to come in before we can finish this bad boy up. So do that. 1, 2. Cool. All right, and I can make this, I should be able to make this a pretty long line, mainly because the ride time is 17 seconds. All right, and then we can open this bad boy up. And the only thing I have to do is make sure that nobody goes up there, because they don't need to. Reverse freefall coaster? Again, not a moneymaker for us, but a coaster that should be able to help us out easily in doing what we need to do. And look at this. My goodness, that's a number of folks on that coaster right out of the gate. Oh my goodness, we already won. What happened? That coaster just rocketed us up. Like, I mean, I know we were at like 200, but like, that was not a big deal. And you can see we didn't really even have to do the trees. I cleared this whole area out and kind of shot myself in the foot at the beginning of the game. I didn't need to do that. But that's going to wrap us up here for today, folks. Thanks as always for joining me. Again, I really do appreciate your time. I enjoy you watching and hanging out. I also enjoy the comments, so let me know what you have, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.